More than 90% of our goods, food, medicine, comes from the land. And this was blocked. Students were kicked out from those countries. Patients were kicked out from hospitals.
So Qataris who were in that country were ordered home?
Were ordered home, yes. Charlie, it was a shock. It was a shock because a few weeks before that, we were meeting, all of us together, in one room, including President Trump, and we were discussing terrorism, financing terrorism, and nobody brought any concern from those countries. Nobody told me anything.
So this is a meeting in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia.
Exactly.
Where the president's there, and no one suggested they had reason to launch an attack against you.
Nothing. It was actually the opposite. We were praising each other, laughing with each other, discussing, how to solve this terrorism that is a threat for the rest of the world.
What do you think this is about? Because this is a conflict that has as much power to disrupt the region as anything that's happened politically in a while. So why are they doing it? For what purpose?
They don't like our independence, the way how we're thinking, our vision for the region. We want freedom of speech for the people of the region, and they're not happy with that. And so they think that this is a threat to them.
Here's what they are saying, that you're supporting terrorism, that you support the Muslim Brotherhood, which they believe is against them. You're too friendly with Iran, that Al Jazeera, which you own, stirs up trouble in the region, that you're financing Islamist groups in Syria, that you allow the Taliban and Hamas to operate out of Doha, and that you are playing too many sides, and that the time has come to stop it. That's what they are saying.
Charlie, Iran is our neighbor. And by the way, us as a country, we have lots of differences in foreign policies with Iran more than them. But let me tell you one thing, Charlie, when those countries, our brothers, blocked everything, blocked medicine, blocked food, the only way for us to provide food and medicine for our people was through Iran. And when they talk about terrorism, absolutely not. We do not support terrorism.
They're making demands of you, that you shut down Al Jazeera, that you give them your word that you're not supporting any Islamist groups. Are you going to meet these demands?
Our sovereignty is a red line. We don't accept anybody interfering our sovereignty. When you tell me to close a channel like Al Jazeera, history will write one day in 50 or 60, 70 years how it changed the whole idea of free speech in the region.
So you're not going to shut down Al Jazeera?
No, we're not going to shut down Al Jazeera.
This is what is at the core. You're different from them. And they have finally said to you, you have to stop playing all sides because it threatens us and it competes with us.
Actually, what they're saying is, in a very simple way, give up your independence. The reason why they came here, it's not because we asked them to come here, because other people...
Like the United States?
Yeah, America...
The United States wanted the Taliban here.
They wanted to have dialogue, so they asked us if we can host them here and have the dialogue. So we hosted them here. This is the reason why they're here. The difference between us and them during the Arab Spring is that we stood by the people.
And they stood by the regimes.
They stood by the regimes. It showed after that they stood by the regimes. Why did we stand by the people? Because they were asking for freedom, dignity. And I feel that we chose the right side when we stood by the people. We told them, welcome to Doha. Welcome to Doha. Welcome to Qatar. We have a strategic partnership with you. And we want this to be very solid. So we're friends. So you're welcome to Qatar.
You have heard that the president said this cannot happen.
I've heard that. I've heard that this cannot continue. It should end.
And we cannot tolerate an invasion from outside by our friends against another friend.
He told me very clearly, I will not accept my friends fighting amongst themselves.
So you were actually fearful of that?
I'm fearful that if anything happens, any military act happens, this region will be in chaos.
It is said that the president has asked you to come to Camp David. Mm-hmm. Have you accepted that invitation?
Yes, I met with the president when I was in New York a few weeks ago.
For the United Nations?
For the United Nations. And the president showed that he is committed to find an end to this crisis. And yes, it is true, he suggested that we come, and I told him straight away, Mr. President, we are very ready. I've been asking for dialogue from day one.
And what did the other countries say?
It was supposed to be very soon, this meeting, but I don't have any response.
Do you believe that they want regime change?
Yes, they want a regime change. It's just so obvious. History as well teaches us that they tried to do that before in 1996, after my father became the emir. So, and they made it also so obvious in the last couple of weeks.
What's happened in the last couple of weeks to make that obvious?
Well, they've been, talking in the media that this regime should be more suitable with its neighbors. And they mean us being followers to them, not being independent. This is what they mean and this is what they want.
Have they underestimated you?
I think they underestimated the Qatari people. I'm so proud of the people. Qatar, after the 5th of June, is not like Qatar before. We're proud of what we were. We're proud of our history. But after the 5th of June, it's different. We are stronger.
How will this end?
We want it to end. Believe me, Charlie, we want it to end. But nothing is going to be above our dignity, our sovereignty. But we want it to end. I always say that. If they're going to walk 1 meter toward me, I'm willing to walk 10,000 miles towards them.